All right, all right, all right. Just wanted to come in for a second or two. I got some news today. Hold on, give me a second. Do-do-do. 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 All right, all right. So I got some news today, and I always like to share because there are people out there that actually ask outside of YouTube. They're always like, "Hey, how's everything going? Nico, how's the family?" So today I ended up getting, well, not at this moment. So today's the morning here in the Philippines. So it would have been last night their morning. So I ended up getting a message. It says, "Hey, Dad, can you call me?" So I said, "Yeah, give me a second. Let me organize myself a little bit here." Okay. So I got a message that says, "Dad, can you call me?" And I said, "Yeah, give me a second. I got something I have to do right now, but I'll call you." So she goes, "All right." So she calls. I mean, I call her, and she goes, "Hey, can you do me a favor?" So of course I'm saying to myself, I ain't got no money, joking. I mean, when I can help, I help if I can. So then my daughter goes, "Can you do me a big, big, big favor?" So I said, "Damn, you got to throw big in there that many times. It's got to be something serious, right?" So uh, I said, "Okay, so is this a serious conversation or you're joking?" She goes, "No, it's serious because I really would like your help on this." And I said, "Okay, so what is it?" She goes, "Can you pick the date for my wedding?" And I said, "Hey, hey, hey, I don't get involved in that. That's between you and him." So she said, "No, I already talked to him. Can you pick the date or at least give us an idea? Because uh, are you going to be here this year or next year?" I said, "Well, I'll be here. I'll be back in the US around Christmas, if not before the baby's birthday." So she said, "Okay. So it's for next year." And I said, "Okay." And she goes, "And you will be here, right?" And I said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nothing's more important. It really isn't. Nothing's more important to me if the kids need me to be somewhere and I am not already gone, I can make it happen. So I said, "You really want me to do this?" And she says, "Yeah, I really would like to see if you can pick a date for me." And I said, "Yeah, but that's not up, I was being honest. I said, that's not up to me to decide. I mean," she goes, "No, I just need your feedback because you always seem to be on point. When it comes to dates, you always end up on point." And I said, "Well, I mean, how about I'll think about it? I said, "I'm not saying no. I just said I'll think about it." So she was very excited. And, to have someone ask, regardless if it's my daughter or something, to include you in something like that, that's a blessing. Hey, Lion Circus. Hey, Lion Circus. Um, it is an overwhelming feeling. It really is. Because to include you, see, I'm already giving her away. You see my point? I'm already giving her away. So for me to be more included, I'm like, wow, I mean, thank you. You don't have to do that. She goes, "Well, of course I don't have to do that, but uh, we want you to do this. So of course I am happy, ecstatic. It's tough. It's tough because you gotta, now I gotta get into my thinking cap. I will say that I brag about things that I pick. Like if someone says, "Hey, help me out with this date," it's bragging for no reason because it's always luck. I have nothing to do with what happens on the fucking day, but in my head, of course, in my mentally unstable fucking head, I think that if I pick the day, it's a blessed day and nothing's going to happen that day. Or I always pick days that nobody else is included, because many times you pick a wedding or a birthday and you have like 14 fucking birthdays or weddings on the same goddamn day. So, not me. I am on point, bitches. I am on point. So, that's the first good news. The second good news is that I think, and again, Joe, I'm here. She wants to come the next time around, which would most likely be if I go for my granddaughter's birthday, then I will be here for Christmas. If I don't go for the birthday, it'll be after Christmas. That'll be for next year. But she only wants to stay 2 months, and then she says, "Can we go to other places?" I said, "Yeah, we can do whatever you want." So uh, it's a twofer. It's a twofer, man. It's a blessing. You don't know how many years your mom's got left, your dad's got left. I invited my dad. I don't think he'll come. He is not a flying kind of guy. But I did ask. My little brother says he wants to come, but he can't come for 2 months because he's working. So I said, why don't you just wait until me and your mom, or our mom, but me and our mom, I always say your mom, end up over there. Because we're not going to be in Asia forever. So again, there's a lot of little things in the works. Plus, I do have to go and let me make sure I'm paying attention. Okay, you are not alone today. You are not allowed to date as long as she's happy and the guy treats her right. She is. I think you met him, Paige. I think you met him. That was the one at the birthday. Um, it is a blessing in itself. Uh, I always taught my kids never get married. If you have children with somebody, never get married for the children. Now, everyone's going to attack me and says that's a wrong thing to say, Nico. Listen, there are so many marriages now. They're already in friggin' divorce. That's the first thing. The second thing is they're all getting married for all the wrong fucking reasons. Okay, that's the biggest key. Hold on, let me put some water down the toilet. We got a stuck toilet. That's the second thing. The third thing is don't use your children or the fact that you don't want to lose a man or a woman to hold you in a position where you feel like you have to be married. Marriage is sacred. It doesn't mean you're going to get married and it's going to work. But at least if you walk into something expecting the best out of something, because you've given the best out of something, you didn't do it because, well, I am already a mother. I might as well be his wife. No. Well, I love him and I don't want him to be. No. I don't want to lose it. No. Listen, you do it out of love. If it doesn't work out, it's because you guys grew it apart. It's not one ruined it, because you don't have to accept the proposal. You see, you don't have to say, I'm just going to marry him and he doesn't have a choice. No, it's a double choice, man. So they got, thank God that my kids, they're not married because they feel like they have to. Because no, well, now she's pregnant. No, you can always be responsible. You can always be, that a good mom, a good dad, and be, you picked them, you slept with them. You might have thought something was good out of that motherfucker or out of that bitch when you had her. So I am excited for a lot of things to happen. Will they all happen? I don't know. Do I plan it? Yeah, I'll plan everything as good as I can. And it always turns out pretty good. I'm very excited because it always turns out pretty good. I'm filling out the bucket, getting a little coffee. Good morning, Tim. How are you? I hope you are doing well and safe and in good health upon listening to this, live show. Guys, I want to stay long, but I can't. I have to do a little shopping. Maria left this morning at 9 o'clock. She's stuck on a ferry because the ferry doesn't work. So they're waiting on another ferry. Okay, they're waiting on another ferry in order to go back to the city. She has responsibilities of her own over there. I already told her that I have a little Chiquita banana coming. She's going to be hanging out here for a couple of days. Maria just told me to be careful, and she's on her way to go take care of things at her household. She's been with me almost a month. Well, 2 weeks, going on 3 weeks, and I said, just go. You don't got to explain yourself to me. I mean, you can if you want. I mean, if you need any advice or anything, but you respond to. I keep in touch with her son. Her son are always, but the needs are there. She just needs to make sure that her house. See, that's what men need to be doing. As a man, she's not my girlfriend. She's my best friend. If she ever turns to be anything more than that, it's because it's God's will, because things have taken a better turn. It's not a bad turn right now, but I tell her, go take care of your kid, man. He's fine. I talk to him, but go talk to him. Make sure he's good. Make sure he's fine. She's like, thank you, Nico. I said, you don't got to thank me for shit. That's your responsibility. And as a man, I need to make sure that I don't keep you here like you feel like you're locked up and you need to be here. So she's like, I'm going to make sure I'll come back. I said, no, I know you're coming back. I mean, it's not like so you don't enjoy yourself when you're hanging around with me, So she's heading down there, and everything's good. Everything's good, And now I got to start looking at dates and stuff when my mother might come to. My mother might be coming over here. Not right now at this time. More like in the future, but we're trying to pick dates, and now my daughter wants you to pick dates for her wedding. It's just an all around emotional bonanza. Uh, oh, one daughter, Aliyah. Dasani's not going to get married. Dasani says if she gets married, it's a rarity. She don't even want kids, but she goes, Dad, I can't control, if I end up having one, but wanting one, no. But if I get one, then, if it happens and I'm with somebody and it happens, then of course I'm going to be the best mom I can be. So it is Aliyah, not Dasani, Aliyah. Who else? Let me see. Uh, yeah, I'm happy, man, because my sons are doing great. My daughter's getting married. My other daughter is set in her ways. Like she's like, this is what I want to do. She asked me the other day, Dad, are you coming back? Because I'd like to start hitting school a little more. So I told her the dates that I might be coming back. If not, she can do online courses. I said, I cannot run home every time somebody needs me. I'd love to tell you that this is how it works, but this is not how it works. I already left. I already planned this stuff out. But if you guys really, really need me, let me know. Just let me know. I don't have to be here. See, this is one of the things that, as a foreigner, I see some of these guys abandoning their families, and I am not judging for whatever fucking reason that you're fucking leaving your family behind and they're calling you. You don't even fucking go and help them. That is shitty on you, but that's your business. I don't stop being a father because I travel. I stopped being a dad when I'm dead. And even then, what you leave behind to your children is very important because it builds at least somewhat of a solid foundation. I say somewhat because you think it's solid doesn't mean they're going to keep it solid. It could be, it'll be somewhat solid. It'll be solid when they get it, as solid as they need it to be. What they build from there is on them. So it's a blessing, for me to just be able to get a phone call or a text that says, hey, are you busy? Can I talk to you? Some kids don't even want to talk to you. Dad, you've done nothing for me. You've been nothing but toxic. I'm glad I'm not that guy, and I pray for the guys that are like that because you're missing out a lot. You're missing out a lot. So I wanted to share that, and like I said, I'm going to be getting ready. I have to go down to Metro and pick up bread. I got this. There's this nice wheat bread over there. It's actually a healthy choice wheat bread. It's a little pricey, but it's got like 10 calories. It's actually bread. It's actually fucking bread, baked bread. You go to the bakery down at this place, and they make it. And again, it's definitely made in house. But they hold again. Now listen, don't freaking hold me against this shit. I can only tell you what the freaking ingredients say on the outside of the freaking bag. Is Filipinos doing the right thing? I don't know, and I don't give a shit. I know I'm eating it for all the right reasons. I'm not gonna go testing everything I freaking buy. I know the wheat bread is a wheat bread. It's what is it? What do you got? No, what's that thing called? It's just an all around couple of freaking ingredients, and that's it. Simple. So I like that bread, and it's thicker. It's like not as thick as Texas bread. Those that don't know what Texas bread is, look it up. It's a very thick bread you can use for French toast. But I like the one that's a little thicker than normal. That way I can make one sandwich, and that's all I need. A sandwich, an egg sandwich, with bacon or some couple of couple of eggs in there, or just something, just if I can get sliced ham imported. When I go to the store, I find the little places, the delis. Some of these big metros have delis with some nice imported ham. It's a little pricey, but again, I don't have like that shit all the time. Most of what I eat is chicken breast. I'll even show you. Look, I took out some chicken breast today. Let me show you. Where is it? Right here. Yeah, look. I even took us some chicken breast today and some pineapple. I freeze the well, she freezes the pineapple this time. I got chicken breast, and that's it. And then I'll freaking cook it. I'll make it with some. I bought some vegetable pasta. It is a little pricier, low in calorie. Guys, I try to stay within my limit. You know, like not financially. I stay within my limit of food. I'm not freaking obese. Well, yeah, technically I am obese to the freaking medical. Anything to medical. You know, if you don't weigh that ideal weight. So technically, I am not going to sit here and tell you that I'm the creme de la creme, the thinnest guy. No, fuck that. I'm a big guy, but I don't. I'm not heavier. I'm not bloating and freaking rotten as shit here. You know. You know, I do like rye bread. You know what? I actually started to like, Tim, and you may not like it. Many people do. Many people don't. Depends how you make the sandwich. I like sourdough. I don't know why. I like sourdough. I like to have banana cake with my coffee. You know, I don't want to sit here and tell you that I'm fucking like I said. I'm not. I eat as healthy as I can, but I like my fucking banana cake with fucking coffee. Or not. I've always admired your breasts. You know what? Thank you, Circus. And you know, Tim likes my breasts. So Tim said that if he didn't have a girlfriend, he'd probably consider talking to me. But I tell Tim, listen, you got a good woman. Don't listen. Anything's better than this old ass. At least listen. At least I don't have that many kids. You know what I mean? I'm not all up. I'm not all up on there. You know, I still have some miles under me, but I still got some good horsepower under these hoods. Um, But I'll tell you, man, I try to stay as healthy as I can. And now talking to you, when I went to go look at the chicken breast, I need a carton of eggs. I want to make some egg salad with some diced potatoes. I'm gonna boil the potatoes. I don't know, something. I want to make something different, like a potato salad with some olives. Something different, you know. Maybe even make potato salad, egg salad, right? And then make an put some aside with no other ingredients except egg, and I can make egg sandwiches. You know, like today or tonight or tomorrow. You know, like that kind of stuff. You know, outstanding Oreo. You know, guys, and I will be doing videos like that. I have actually spoken to a few people. You have given me advice, Circus. Tim's been giving me advice, as you know, just not too long ago. Biggie, I did speak to Maria. She kind of gave me some feedback on some things about the social media. She mentioned it again, and she's 100% right. I want to turn my channel around to at least 3 quarters away from the dark side. I cannot stop people from asking questions. I will pick and choose the questions that I will answer, and I'm going to be very simple, you know, about it. If nobody asks questions, I won't answer them. I won't talk about anything or anyone, you know. But I don't see the reason why I shouldn't. Some things I'll pick and choose, you know, the questions that I'll answer. But I don't. I'm just not that person, you know. I'm really not. I'm on the other side of the spectrum. You know, I'm old. I'm not dead, but I'm old. And and just quickly touch on something. Uh, but I'm not miserable. You know, I'm not lonely. I'm not miserable. I'm not poor. Uh, I'm humbled. I'm happy. I do these things economically. I'm as close as I can be within God's blessing of my family. I am involved with them. And you know, most of the people that try to take you from that lane, from that feeling, from that area of where you feel at peace, are most of the people that don't have it. You know what I mean? And you're never going to change it. Now, am I against everybody having a great time? Hell no, have at it. Fucking go balls deep. Woo-hoo, enjoy. But I don't want to be that guy 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 8, 10 years from now saying, you know, it was only a few years ago and you realize you've invested so much of time and quality that you could have spent with good people around you. Because you never know. You're on borrowed time, you know? And again, we'll leave it at that. I'm just going to start changing my channel around a little bit and just enjoy, because I'm going to tell you, you look at some of these guys, they've been around fucking 10 or 15 years. Some 15 years in the Philippines and been in social media for 10. Some have been in social media for in Philippines 10 and social media for 5 or vice versa. And they're just as miserable as when they started. They've just become more invested and infested with everything, and they got nothing to show for it. Very minutely, minute things, very minutely. So I don't want to be that person. I really don't. But all in all, let's continue. I'm very excited, very happy. Uh, to try to pick a date for my daughter, for the date of her wedding. She's not going to do my date. She says, "Can you help me out and figure out some dates?" My other daughter, she's looking forward to me to come home so I can help her with a few things. She wants to get, let's just say, she wants to get a lot of things organized. I have a trust that I have to fill out, and I fill out sign a trust for my kids. I also come to find out, my mother had bought 4 plots. One from my father, even though they've been married a long time. They may not see eye to eye, but she got 2 plots for her and him, and got 2. Didn't get all of us one because we don't know where anybody's going to get buried. But I got to talk to my kids and put that everything in a trust. Everything, whatever I need to put in a trust. And my last, whatever I need, lastly done. It's in the will as well. I got to sign those. I asked if I can do it on the PDF. I mentioned it yesterday. I cannot say because I don't know if things like that you have to have someone there. Like you have to have you, the lawyer, and a witness or something. I don't know. Uh, but I know if I have to go back, which it's looking like because I haven't gotten an answer. I'll have an answer in the next couple of days. I want to be buried up in Massachusetts, where my family, my mother and father, will be buried. Um, and I got to make sure the kids know all that shit. I mean, they're gonna know from the show if they watch the show. But I did. I gotta get a signed papers on my headstone. That kind of stuff. I like to make sure that I'm ahead of the game. Sometimes you have the money now or the finances now, and you're not able to do anything because you spent it when it was time. Um, you got Maria in the house. Sup, my dirty Rican friend, Gunter. Gunter. How you doing, Gunter? I hope work is well. I hope you're doing well, of course. Uh, and you're taking good care of yourself. But yeah, I got a lot on my plate. Everything's, moving in a quick pace, but most of it already has started before I came here in October. So a lot of it's just flowing, a lot of it's just rolling, going with the flow. Uh, and that's it, and that's pretty much it. Not really much. Like I said, I'm going to get ready in a little bit. I'm having coffee talking to you. Uh, and I'm going to head out and go get I have to get chicken breast at that store. I don't think that store has chicken breast per se. It has chicken breast with bones. I don't like bones. So we'll see. I'll finish my coffee and then send out a few messages. I'll see if Maria's here. Uh, you got Captain Billy Jack, number 2. No, yes, I am number 2. You are number 1, Billy Jack. Woo-hoo! Billy Jack's number 1. So I hope you guys are all having a great day and having a great time. Weekends flying in. Whoever's, again, this is my Tuesday, your Monday night. So hopefully you guys have already had a great weekend, the beginning of a great week. And that's it. I think that's it, touching up. Like I said, I'm very excited, very happy to have been able to get the privilege of picking dates for my daughter's wedding. Uh, figuring out, what months my mother will come down here with my brother, of course. Uh, I got some ideas for them, and that's it. I think that's it. Am I going to be permanently here in Asia? I don't think so. I don't think Asia's for me. It's not that it's not for me. I just don't think it's for me, like what I like to do. Um, I like South America. I something about I'm gonna tell you what I have been really thinking, and this is why I think I'm steering to South America. It's closer to home. You know what I mean? It's closer to home because in case of anything, I'm not 15 hours away. Maybe people run away for their own reasons and they feel like, hey, my kids are grown. My kids will always be my kids. Can I save them? I can't save them. I can only be there and support them the best that I know how. Um, I've tried, not always have been, but I say for a higher percentage, I've been a better father than a bad one. So I think that's the main reason. I think one of the main reasons is it's closer. It's closer to home, and I can make sure that I'm there. You know, at the end of the day, if anything happens to my mother and my father, they're coming for me. They have me on their paperwork. So I need to be, again, I cannot stop my life. I can still travel. Um, I can leave somebody secondary. Like I said, there's a lot of open windows. I can talk to my sister. Hey, listen, you can make decisions for me. I'm going to head to the Philippines or Asia. I'm going to be out there for 3 or 4 years, maybe 3 years. Let's just say 3 years. Take care of everything. My sister will always keep in contact with me. But it's my job. I've never been a person to hand job, hand job to somebody else. I can't do that. But we'll see. Like I said, I like South America. And again, I'm closer to the grandchildren and closer to the kids, you know? But yeah, Maria's stuck on a friggin' ferry on a bus, waiting on another ferry. I told her not to. She doesn't have to say where. It's not a nobody's. No, I mean, I'm being rude. I tell her she's like she'll always tell you that she's in the bathroom, vomiting or taking a shit or an upset stomach. Let me tell you that she's got a very sensitive stomach. That one, if she smells something, she's like my granddaughter. If she smells something, she gags. She's like, I was like, what the hell? It's just freaking scrambled eggs. I don't like the smell of the spray, Nico, the spray. I'm like, oh, Lord Jesus. I am going to, yes, you're still going to be there for me. Yes, yes. Now, if anything changes, gun term, which I don't think, and honestly, I don't think so, dude. But if it changes, I will let you know. You have my word, but it doesn't look like that. I have to be home before my granddaughter's birthday, and May doesn't falls months before that. So I'm thinking we're already in, let me see, February. We're going to be in March, April. Yeah, I think I'll still be here. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's just say, even if it's to wait until you're here, gun term, so we can meet, hang out a little bit. I'll wait. I don't mind waiting. Like I said, I've talked to you. I've talked to a few people. I always do things for certain people. I don't mind. It's nothing like it's gonna kill my bank. I've already got everything economically set for everything. Um, yeah. But all in all, guys, thank you for coming in. Seriously, thank you for coming in. And again, you guys are always welcome to ask questions. I will pick and choose the questions that I will answer, but I can't be like that. Like yesterday, I saw another guy. I think he's been in the Philippines on and off for 15 years. And now he's starting to get. He was doing. I went back a few years on his thing because I like the way the guy really relates to people. Like he talks to people. But then in the past few years, I think in the past 3 or 4, and then this is speculation. I don't know how many years. I didn't look that in depth, but it's across the board. 3 or 4 years change. They're like, oh yeah, you see this guy. Yeah, all these guys are so concerned about everybody else's life. And me, like I said, I do things fucking around, but I really don't give a shit what anybody's fucking doing. I don't. I really don't. But I have fun with it, Joe. But this guy now turned out to 15 years is turning into 2 or 3 years, could be a 4, of the same thing the others are doing. I don't want to be like that, man. I can't be like that. So, guys, I'm not telling you can't ask. I'm just telling you that when you do ask, I'll answer just certain things. Uh, Coffee's fucking good. You still gotta be right back. I'll be right here. What time is it? Let me see. I said 30 minutes. All right. I'm gonna wait till Gun Terms comes back and then I'll go. I said 30. Well, actually, I said 15, but I like talking to you guys. When we're talking, you get so excited, about things that I'm involved in. I could be that. I'm telling you, I'm not being sarcastic. I could be that guy that fucking doesn't pay attention to his fucking family, doesn't give a shit about his family, and then fucking turns around and then acts like he's, the best daddy figure. I don't want to be that guy. I want to play the part the best that I can. But you also got to be careful. You don't want to play that part for children that are ungrateful. You know, but most kids are not ungrateful. Most kids are a reflection of you. Most children are a reflection of you. So if you dirted them, you treated them like dirt, you weren't there for them, and they don't like you, and there's got to be a reason. So I'm happy. Like I said, my granddaughter hasn't. I haven't talked to her in 2 days, so I gotta hit her up. She's with their auntie. They went to a play like it's inside playground. The auntie plays a bit, which is my daughter's fiance's aunt. Um, she plays such a big role. She takes you when they were dealing with doctor appointments with my daughter, and I mean her partner. There was a lot going on medically, and she was taking them when she wasn't taking them. My mother was taking them. I was taking them, helping my mother. There's just a lot going on for a year, medically, and that auntie got really close to them, and she's with them. She's with her. Excuse me. She's not married. She's with her and plays such a good auntie. Like she takes them out to different places, like the aquarium. I mean, anything to do with children. She loves them. She doesn't have children of her own. I don't think she was able to. I didn't never ask why. She just said I never. I think she said I never want. Like I was not able to have children. So she loves, my granddaughter, and Don has a sister about the same age as my granddaughter, and she loves him to death. I say the same thing, Circus. Uh, you're older than me, of course, so we were all cut from a different kind of wood, uh, to carve us into what we solidly are today. I think we turned out pretty well. If we had better tools, I'm not blaming the lack of guidance. I blame me the lack of following that guidance, or even having the ability, which I did not have, the ability or the opportunities to have to follow the strong. I became strong because I had no choice. Because I was the oldest, my mother needed me. My father was out gallivanting. He was who he was. Once I accepted that, I never held any animosity towards him. So we, like guys like me and you, we turned out to be as good as we did, and we try to give our children, and hopefully they turn out to have 20 times better in the long run. Maybe that explains Stang situation. That was bad. That was bad. Christian daddy towards. Well, hey, listen, Captain Billy Jack, he did what you could for him. I mean, he didn't. You can't blame yourself because after 18, he has a responsibility to be better. So he chose not to, and he passed it on to his kid. That's on him. You can't be held totally responsible for what happened to your son Stank and what happened to your granddaughter. Trust me. Yeah, trust me. It's not your fault. You've done what you could. And for you to even talk to us about this, Captain Billy Jack, says a lot about how good of a man you are, because it still affects you. You're like, I wish I could have done more. You see, we are fathers till the end. See, Stank, you should listen. Captain Billy Jack tried. Now, you guys, I don't want to hold you any back. I was waiting for gun term. I think gun term. Tim, have a great and safe day in the gym. Take care. All of you, take care. Gun term, I'm sorry I didn't wait long enough. I just don't want to hold you guys up too long. Circus, God bless. Maria, God bless. All of you, God bless. I hope I didn't forget anybody. Our Paige, I forgot. I think I forgot Paige. Sorry that I yelled. I was thinking out loud. Guys, take care. Again, I can't wait to freaking be more involved in everything that's going on. It's shuffling a lot. It's picking up a lot. Uh, it's a lot. It's a lot to balance what I'm doing now, and trying to leave home and enjoy here. But you can never leave home. It'll always be a part of you. So it's a balancing act, but it's okay. It's okay. I'll go with the flow. I'll take it the way it's presented to me, and I enjoy it, and it's a blessing. So Take care, guys. Be safe out there. Guys, if you're in anywhere in or have family in and around what's going on with this conflict, guys, be safe. Reach out to them. I've already reached out to two buddies of mine that are in the area. One is very safe. He says he's safe, and the other one can only speak so much because of the bombing. So again, that's just how it is, and I can't do anything about it. I offered one. I'd rent a jet ski. Then I realized how far he was from where I'm at on a jet ski. It takes about a month. It takes a month to get there, but I said, "Hey, I'm a homie, man. I'll rent a boat. How about a boat?" No, man. You guys all be safe. I can't help and save everybody. So peace.